a show about everything Packers.
Go Pack, let's go!
Green Bay Packers, woo!
And other stuff we love.
Oh, we just like to have some beers and a little tailgating.
Now please welcome the man who carries the G 24/7 from Cheesehead TV, Armen Nagler.
Carry the G Radio back on our regular Tuesday spot, joined by Bill Schmid, Armen Saryan, holding it down there in Milwaukee. I'm coming to you live from New York City. Bill, Armen, I got a question for you right out of the gate here. I got to know, are we going to rehash and look back to the Thursday night game? That was so long ago. Or do we bask in the glow of the rest of the NFC North / NFC, just looking like also-rans, looking like, they got no shot against these Green Bay Packers, sitting there at 2-0, best team in the league? What say you?
I like that idea a lot more, Negs, and I'm just glad it wasn't option 3, which I thought you were going to start dunking on me with my takes on the 2017 NFL draft and all the Hall of Famers that you're going to find in day 3.
That was Billy. I would never drag you through the mud about something, that you clearly, it's the years of working with Corey Banke and knowing that at any moment something could come out of his mouth that sounds very confident and very true while not being true whatsoever. That's just, I'm used to that. It's
maybe being as untruthful as possible, which was as great as
Myles Garrett, the only future Hall of Famer in that draft, obviously. No, forget Patrick Mahomes, TJ Watt, George Kittle. All a bunch of also-rans.
Oh, the list just keeps going on and on. I mean, it's incredible. Even maybe disrespecting an Aaron Jones, who's a first ballot Packers Hall of Famer in there as well. But you'll leave those here. I think, Nags, to bask in the glow. First off, I do forget how tiring watching 11 hours of football is on Sunday. It's a lot. Right, there was a lot of action. There was a lot of points. There were a lot of touchdowns.
That thing, right? You got to test the stamina out a little bit. First Sunday out of the gate where there's no Packers football, so you are just on the sofa watching the rest of the league all day into the late evening. Yeah,
and then offensive line play put me to bed on Sunday Night Football when I'm excited to enjoy watching a couple of moving companies just getting moved off of the line of scrimmage. So I think watching the rest of the league was incredibly informative to Packers fans. That it wasn't just us. It wasn't just the excitement. It wasn't just the hope. It wasn't just the optimism. It's kind of the reality of the situation.
Correct.
That they are, if not one of the best teams in all of football, definitely in the NFC.
Without question. And here's the thing. Because you have the longest offseason in professional sports, the opposing fandoms really get to, kind of strut their stuff, look and sound like, they're about to take over. The Vikings are switching quarterbacks, but they spent all this money in free agency. Let me tell you, Packers fans, you don't know what's coming. And Bears fans, as we know, off-season champs every single offseason,
every single year,
without question. And Lions fans not having any idea how to handle success. They win the division a couple years, and they think they're like the '60s Packers. They have no concept of consistent greatness. They have no ability to even comprehend what that looks like. And then to watch all of those teams, obviously the Lions beating down the Bears is just hilarious, but watching how inept the Bears were and watching the Vikings
take one more,
essentially not even able to pick up a first down, let alone score a touchdown. I mean, my goodness. And the rest of the league, look, can the AFC do the Packers a favor at any point here? Chiefs can't get one over. Travis Kelce, hold on to the ball. Help the Packers out a little bit here in the NFC side of things. And last night, really? Texans? Really? You had that game salted away. You can't do us a favor and beat the Buccaneers?
They had to do it one time.
Guess we're going to have to do it ourselves. And that's the other thing, Billy. Looking around the league, all I think when I see these other teams, Packers going to roll against these guys.
Ooh, I like that. So you watched Baker Bacon last night in the fourth quarter saying he is going to meet Micah Parsons.
I ain't worried.
Because I was with you on that one. Now, granted, Armen knows I've got a number of different investments on the Houston Texans
of course
in the future, and not looking good after 2 weeks. Even
I hope
though
it's not anything having to do with the offensive line. That's all I know.
No, and it has everything to do, Nags, with their defense. I think is one of the better, if not best, units in all of football, and Baker Mayfield diced through it on that last drive last night. There's something to, and Liam Cohen got dragged this week. All right. Understandably so with the finish, but he made one point where it's like, if I know they score a touchdown and win the game, similarly to if they score a touchdown with just needing a field goal to go, we're still going to lose the game. So the best thing for us to do is hold on to the football and go score a touchdown.
Control the game.
You got to control
the end of the game. Yes, 1,000,000,000%. And two, to bring it back to the Packers, that is something they have done through these first two games where everyone remembers Brian Gutekunst at the end of last season talking about we need to get back to contending for championships. We need to show a sense of urgency. That was the kind of takeaway headline from that
was the
end of season presser, right? But what I think a few people have forgotten is right before that, he talked about, what do you want to see from this group next year? The ability to control the game, situationally especially. And man, if the Packers have not done that, check that box for the first 2 weeks. As far as, man, there hasn't been a moment in either of these games where I thought, it's getting away from them. Oh boy, here we go. The avalanche is coming. Like even when the Commanders got it down to a one-score kind of deficit there late in the second half, Packers drove 8+ minutes, touchdown, game over.
Which is
they have been controlling the football games
without a dominant running game yet. Wouldn't you say? And that's what's impressive about it. It's been defensively, right?
Yeah, the defense, 100%. I mean, when was the last time you got excited when you got to watch the Packers defense? Like when the defense gets out on they punt, and I'm like, okay, I wish we could have got the first down. But now I get to watch Edgerrin Cooper. I get to watch Micah Parsons. Yeah. I get to watch the Packers defense. It has been a very long time since I've been excited to watch the Packers defense.
And everybody in Lambeau doing the exact same thing, right? Like the palpable energy for when the defense trots onto the field. Then when number one runs onto the field, it's even different. Like Nags, you're going to love it when inside the bowl, hearing it. And Corey, and you guys could hear it onto your watch-alongs, not only when the fireworks go off, but I think you could sense.
You heard the crowd. Like we knew when they got off the field on third down because there's such a huge roar. It was, like you said, it was palpable. Like we could feel it across the street. So
and we joked about it on the Daily Show, Nags. Like not to go into another cross sport comparison because I don't think they always land very well. But like when in golf events, they would always say different players had different roars. Like when Tiger made a putt, the crowd reacted differently.
You could hear
the Packers defense is one
roar. Yes.
Yeah. And then when Micah Parsons makes a play, I assume it's even a different roar that you guys are hearing.
Absolutely. I mean, look, obviously, you don't hang a banner for going 2-0. You don't hang a banner for being the number one DVOA team in the league after 2 weeks. You don't hang a banner for any of this. But man, for a team that has perennially gotten off to slow starts, especially recently, I like living here, Billy. I prefer living in this neighborhood. And got to go 1-0 this week against the Browns. Everyone's talking about this magical run already. We could go and do all this. And I am right there with you. I'm so excited. But brass tacks, haven't been on the road yet. Got to deal with Myles Garrett, one of the best players in the league, who could absolutely wreck your entire game by himself. It's Tuesday, so I'm not ready to completely drill down into got to go 1-0, got to beat the Browns. But that is a reality, right?
Yeah, and I also think, Nags, not only is it's a different and a little bit of a unique challenge for him because you do kind of have to bring your own juice. Now, Cleveland is a great fan base, right? They are going to be excited. They're also going to be well lubricated, right? Like that's going to be a game. Sunday in September on the banks of the lake. Like people are going to be giving it. They're going to be having themselves a very good time. The dog pound's going to be barking and having themselves as much fun as you allow them to have. So you can't make this similar to a couple of years ago. And I think Jordan talks about it whenever he can about being able and fearing complacency and keeping that out of any bit of the conversation. You went to New York on a Monday night after two of the most impressive wins you could see with the Lions and the Chiefs, and then lay an egg to Tommy Cutlets.
Tommy DeVito has his best game of his career.
So no doubt. The one to watch out for and caution.
But Billy,
two-time coach of the year over there.
Billy, there's a very important piece of context there. the bad man who can't hurt us anymore was greatly responsible for that. And that is Joe Barry, who's down in Miami now, helping that defense give up essentially a billion points a game. Like, Jeff Hafley's here. Jeff Hafley's cooking.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not worried about no Tommy Cutlets when Jeff Hafley under, in control.
I did give Joe Barry a little bit of reprieve, I think, earlier today. I was like, maybe can we apologize for all the reaction after the Tampa Bay game a couple of years ago? Can we calm down?
No, never.
Perfect passer rating to Baker Mayfield.
Absolutely.
Baker Mayfield.
It wasn't about Baker. It could have been anybody. I don't care who it was. A perfect passer rating in the NFL means you are absolutely like opening the door. You are just allowing things to happen. You are not dictating in any way, shape, or form. Why am I angry about a game from 3-4 years ago, Billy? How do you do this to me?
It's only 2. Don't worry. I'll get you going a couple of more times. Listen,
that's what he does.
Yeah.
Gets you fired up about those, brings those memories back.
Yeah, just don't worry about Armen getting the 92 finals in here because it will happen.
Hey,
it will get very upset.
You brought up that draft. That was the Kevin King draft. I do realize why we were erasing it from our memory.
That's
so
fair,
I have to defend Billy now when I start to think about why is that one sort of like a
wiped from the memory?
Because that was the Kevin King draft. And I don't.
Yeah, but we got
we got
the Wisconsin linebacker though in the 4th round, top of the 4th round.
We got
Vince Spiegel.
He was going to be just as good as TJ Watt. We got a bargain.
Got a bargain, dude. He's doing a great job on Twitter these days, though.
We're going to try to get him on the radio show this week.
Good content.
I would love that.
Yeah, we're going to try to get him on the radio show this week.
That'd be really good.
Love it.
So I think that's the reason that happens a little bit. But you are right in this sense. The last thing you ever want to do is think you got this league licked and think you got a team licked, because you're right. That's when it comes out back to beat you. So they got to be ready and vigilant going into Cleveland this week.
And Matt always says, league will humble you quick, right? You can be feeling yourself and thinking you've got this stuff figured out. And then you travel to Cleveland, noon game, not a nationally televised situation. Like, you got this. And then they, cause a couple turnovers on defense and get short fields and maybe cause a fumble on special teams. And all of a sudden you're down 3 scores and wondering what the hell just happened. So, yeah, league will get you real quick.
And it is one of those games where you could see, again, it's a difficult one, and it's not one that I think a lot of, if we're doing this show on the Fan in Cleveland, I don't think they're drawing up a ton of different recipes for how they beat the Green Bay Packers.
Of how it worked. Yeah, exactly.
But
I think victory is pretty narrow here.
Very narrow, but you do also want to be able to clean up your own house, right? You want to be able to play better. And Armen, I think, made a very, very good point. This might not be the defense to be able to do it against, but you do want to be able to establish some semblance of a run game. And I'm also excited to see there's baptism by fire. All right. We're on the banks of Lake Erie.
Welcome to the league, Anthony Belton.
Anthony, brother, it's going to be tough. All right.
Oh my goodness.
This is what we got to be made of. And forged by fire might be Anthony Belton coming up this weekend, because I thought he played well outside of the holding penalty where he did not get cheated, Nags. That's at least the one thing that I appreciate.
His money's worth.
Got his money's worth. Almost a full choke out.
Dude in a chokehold. Yeah, no doubt.
So if we're going to hold this weekend, get our money's worth. Make it 1 or 2. And know that the next play has always got to be the best play, because there's going to be some bad ones on tape, but you're going to be better for it.
I will say this. What is encouraging, looking at the game plan in week 1 against Aiden Hutchinson, who I think obviously is coming back from injury. He is an excellent player, but no one's Myles Garrett. I'm not saying that it's 1 for 1. However, the Packers' approach in that game was excellent, and they frustrated the hell out of Hutchinson. And it wasn't just, okay, put Zach Tom over there. It was a group effort. Tight ends, slide protection, backs chipping. It was all hands on deck. That's obviously going to be a similar approach when Myles Garrett is across the line. The problem, of course, is Garrett moves up and down that line. Like, it's the idea of, well, where is it going to be? And you can have all these grand designs to, we're going to make sure that we're over on that side and we're sliding and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden he's lined up over the center, or he's lined up over Rasheed Walker. And you're like, wait a second, we thought you were going to be over. Wait, out. He can wreck you, man. He is the one big issue in this game.
And he also is one of the unique pass rushers that you can't really run against, right? Like, I know that was the back and forth and the rhetoric.
Right. Just run it. Just run it. Run it. Great pass rushers.
Yeah. Myles Garrett's he's a freak, right? Like, he's one of the biggest human beings on the planet. And he's a very, very good run defender as well. So you got to be cautious as to when you take your shots at him. But also, I'm very intrigued to see if this is the game where we finally get to see number 0 into the end zone. Because we were this close, Nags.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice. He was a foot away from 130 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns in the first 20 minutes of the game. That was crazy to watch. And now with Jayden Reed out of the equation for the foreseeable future, hope that he gets back as soon as possible. He is still their most productive receiver over the last 2 years. That is a loss, but you have a young Mustang in the stable that you're just waiting to be able to let run. And if you can harness some of that speed, and we answered one question. You can overthrow 4.29 speed.
Right.
Now you got to go see if we are unable to do it again, because I think he's going to get a lot of ops this weekend.
Well, that's the thing, and that's the key. And it's interesting, so much of kind of the discussion around Golden this week has been those two just missed him, right? It was so close. And it's like people keep talking about, oh, they got to connect on that deep ball. And yes, they do, and they will. They did plenty of times during training camp. You were there, Billy. We saw them hit that several times, right? That will come. I have zero doubt and zero issue with that. What I'm fascinated to see this week in particular, and I expect this will happen, is how many more times he is a primary target in the kind of progression, right? Because last week, man, you turn on the Commanders tape, he is open all the time. I mean, all the time. The problem, of course, is he's often kind of last in the progression. Weak side, not play side, like Jordan's hitting 1 or 2 and he's like 3 or 4 on the back end. I suspect this week we're going to see him utilized as a primary target. Maybe not a ton more, but at least, a handful of times where so far through the first 2 weeks, he has rarely been kind of the main target in the progression.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the easiest one and highlight to be able to showcase that is the Tucker Kraft touchdown in week 1.
Oh, yeah.
Right? 100%. He is popping wide open in the far corner.
Wide open.
However, you got to beat the rush with the throw, and you go to your first target. You go to your
Jordan Love's
let
me make this laser throw here for a touchdown.
Yeah, let me just squeeze this in here real quick, tight window on Brian Branch's head, and then we'll celebrate in the end zone, and everybody will be happy.
So junk in Brian Branch's face.
You take and pick your spots. I do think they're going to pick more opportunities to get him the ball and let him run coming up this week, because it is also a defense that I think you have to stress laterally. They got some good corners. Right, Newsome and Denzel Ward are good players on the outside,
very good.
But I think you can attack the slot spots, and he probably takes a much bigger role in the slot with Jayden Reed out.
I do think Packers have shown they're going to use him in the running game, right? How many guys have you seen now that are involved in the jet sweep game? I mean, we basically every guy's eligible for that, it seems.
I was just going to say anybody could take it at any time. From those kind of motion, all the stuff on the perimeter. What's fascinating to me is, I do think Golden will get some work in the slot. I think it'll be by committee, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see Savion Williams get a few more opportunities.
Ooh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, your draft crush.
Yeah, I love him. I mean, the fact that they finally got him there, the direct snap, the end around play, man, that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Wish he could have kept his feet, but man, they are just starting to tap into his potential. And I think he'll get more opportunities in the slot now that Reed is out. You don't think of him as a traditional kind of slot type player because he is big, strong, whatever, more of a classic perimeter looking guy. But I do think with his speed and his yak ability, they're going to utilize him all over the formation.
Yeah, that direct snap is a play that pops up in the coach's suggestions in Madden. You're running it every time.
Right.
Like, I'm not even paneling through the rest of the plays.
Let's go.
Clicking triangle, and we're running that bad boy. Like, that is going to be way too much fun.
You say that, and Billy, I got to let you know, the other night, you get those late nights where work's wound down and everyone's asleep, and you're playing Madden all by yourself online, and you're feeling pretty good. You've won a few games, but you can't go to sleep on a loss. You cannot go to bed after an L.
No.
And you've got the game in hand for the most part, and then dude runs a trick play where he tosses it to his right and everyone bites up on your defense, and then there's some dude running wide open behind you, and it's like that's how he wins the game, and you're like, I can't go to bed on that. I can't go to bed on that.
End on a make. What am I doing here?
I gotta play another game. And now it's like 2:30 going on 3 a.m. and the morning arrives and you're like, I should have gone to bed on that because it's never worth it. It's never worth it, Billy.
See, now at least you don't have the unsnoozable alarm clock, which is the child in the bassinet right next to you.
I did mention this.
What's
the other day?
Batteries?
Because damn, I hit that thing. And the other night where we were playing, I was playing my buddy Fuchs, and I hit 1 o'clock, and I'm like, hey man, 6:30 is coming,
it's
whether
coming
I like
real
it or
quick.
not, and it's gonna happen real quick.
It's like winter is coming in Game of Thrones. Morning is coming. You know.
Now, winter warning. Now, you're a Game of Thrones guy, correct? Was the winter warning with the White Walker drop that I used on Packers OT to start out? Is that fair with the Packers defense and the all whites?
I love it. I think you're spot on. I think that's better than the Packers actually doing the winter warning game in early September when it's 80 degrees. But
it's a warning.
That's a whole nother warning. Yeah, the warning could come in late October. It's still going to be like 60.
Dang, no one's got white stuff in October.
I don't need a warning when it's 80 degrees out. There ain't no warning. What, is it going to be cold tomorrow? No, it's going to be like 75.
It's been a cold month, though. Let's say before this week. It has been a cold month. It is a warning. I get your point.
Freaking marketing geniuses.
I was going to wait. Armen, you were caping up because they could have said that warning last week of August, and you were complaining about it getting into the 60s already? Is summer over?
And I was really impressed that everyone wore their white mostly. And
it was very, the vista was very impressive.
Thank you for bringing them together this week.
Oh, here we
Armen,
go.
thank you for using
here we go.
Using that phrase, Armen Saryan.
Here we go.
Huh. Gold package was pretty damn good, wasn't it, Nags?
It was phenomenal, and the coach said as much.
Good. Yeah.
It was excellent.
Crazy how that happened.
Only took a decade plus, but hey, well done. Good job.
We're there.
I'm very proud of you guys. You finally arrived. Gold package. Now here's where you screwed up, gold package.
Set the standard.
You set the standard. Set the standard, gold package. Now that's the expectation.
Now it's the expectation.
Need that every
gold package,
single time, gold package.
We're going to deliver coming up when the Philadelphia Eagles come here for the Battle of the Tush.
Okay.
And we're going to be pushing.
All right.
And we are pushing the pedal down to the metal to be able to frustrate the heck out of those birds. Come on, gold package. You want to talk about rocket fuel to the soul?
Outstanding.
Holy cow.
Outstanding crowd there Thursday night. No question about it. Well done, gold package. Very
always
impressive.
Is when the gold package is in attendance.
Slow down. Got some in my throat. Yeah, some problems there.
Oh no, you used that on air. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We got it.
Hey, those games at County Stadium were nuts.
They were back then. They were amazing. Yes.
Well, yeah, you didn't have to drive 2 hours after when you got all liquored
up. And then in the early 2000s, they were incredible. Amon Green quoted in Sports Illustrated saying, "Man, it's a party when the Milwaukee people come up here. It's awesome."
Thank you. Yes.
And then about a decade later, Corey Lindsley's on Cheesehead TV going, it's like a library with the Milwaukee people.
That was rude, Corey. That was rude.
He's only telling the truth.
No, they were
now.
One happy family.
Gold package is back. Gold package.
We're all one happy
Joe
family.
already green package couldn't show up for kickoff weekend. 10,000 too many Lions fans week one. Armen, your hopes that everybody's going to be unified in this fight. I think you can keep dreaming for that Packers utopia.
Oh, I love it. Hey, did you see all the 49ers fans at that Saints game? Holy Toledo. We thought the Lions fans were bad. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what I was saying earlier. It's just the league now,
It's the league.
It's the league.
Neds, it is becoming it's arguably a top 5 travel destination in America. Any NFL game for your road team.
Why not?
People want to go anywhere. They want to follow their team. They want to watch the league.
Why not? Absolutely. 100%. All right. I hear the music. I know we got to flip this. We got to flip it. We got to make some money, make some cheddar for you guys there at 97.3 The Game. And of course, on the flip side, we'll be talking about all sorts of stuff about the green and gold here on Carry the G Radio. That's Billy and Armen. I'm Aaron. Talk to you on the flip side.
Hello, smart, good-looking listeners. Drew and Hunter here. Join us at 2 o'clock. KB will be back. We'll have a little beers on the table with our buddy Wayne Larrabee, the voice of the Packers. We're also going to talk to Shanna Quinn from the country station down the hall.
Plus rock, Bill Schroeder.
It's a show you don't want to miss. Join us at 2, Drew and KB.
It's time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
At Rehab Lab Wisconsin, I get the kind of treatment pros depend on. Even if you don't wear a jersey, you get the same level of care. Hey, it's Brian Butch. Dr. Sam and the team treat every client like an athlete, whether you're a weekend runner, a coach, or just tired of nagging pain. Their hands-on, science-backed approach keeps me performing at my peak, and it'll get you moving better too. This is elite-level rehab made accessible and effective for everyone. Go where the pros go. Life is an athletic event, and it's time for you to get back in the game. Book your appointment with Rehab Lab Wisconsin today.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs. Classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken. Made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Coming around the right side, going for the pylon, in for the touchdown.
Feel the energy as My24 brings you primetime preps game day action from the gridiron. The Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes look to avoid the bite of the Cedarburg Bulldogs in a North Shore showdown. Coverage begins with Mike McGivern and special guest on the Primetime Preps pregame show Friday at 6:30. Then it's game time with Gruber Law Office's Primetime Preps football, presented by Marquette University at 7. All on My Place for Sports, My24.
Hey, it's Brian Butch for Window Nation. Right now, this month, get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right. You could pay nothing until 2027. Here's the thing. You want to go to the hottest baseball team, the best baseball team in all of America? You could get 2 pair of tickets to an upcoming Milwaukee Brewers game when you replace all the windows in your home. So give them a call at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We are here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 433891.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Make 97.3 The Game your number 1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Carry the G Radio coming back at you here live from New York City. Aaron Nagler joining you with Bill Schmid and Armen Saryan live from the iHeart Metroplex in Milwaukee. Armen taking the coaching I love to see.
Come on now.
You like that? Yeah.
You took the coaching notes from last week and you applied it this week. Come on, that's called development, baby.
I like
Draft and develop right here in action. I love it.
It's a very Bill Schrader move of me. Yes.
But I thought the best part of it, Armen, was you took a dedication to the craft. You wanted to. He came in and asked me, Nags, for some ideas, right? Like, how do you get better? You're not just gonna be able to do it on the practice field.
Well,
we got to take that onto
meeting rooms.
The meeting rooms.
Yeah.
We got to work at it. We got to think about it. We got to rep it a little bit, maybe on your own time. And here comes Armen with an absolute heater out of the game.
I don't want something that Nags isn't gonna like. This is, it's got to be the right vibe for him.
I love it.
So I figured, this might work. So I'm trying to get in your mind space with the bumps.
That'll work.
Which some people will say is a dangerous place to live. Is Aaron Nagler's
nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. No doubt about it. And you know what else nobody wants? At least not when they think about it intellectually. Probably in the moment they absolutely loved it. And that is the heart-stopping play of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It's our new segment brought to you by Theta Care Cardiovascular Care. Theta Care is a proud sponsor of Carry the G Radio. Every great team needs a solid foundation, and that starts with health. Theta Care is a proud partner of their local athletes and families with care that goes the distance. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, talk about heart-stopping. You see Jordan Love drop back to pass. You see Jordan Love survey the secondary. Everyone's covered, Billy. And where do you go with the ball? And there's no place to go with the ball. So what do? You tuck it and you run. Something he didn't do a whole lot of last year. Mm-hmm. He was kind of limited by the knee and then the groin and problematic. Can't really move as much as he wants. He moved Thursday night. And there's the sideline, Billy, beckoning him, saying, come to the sideline. Be safe. There. Just take, even if you don't quite pick up the first down, maybe be safe.
Right there.
Nope. Our guy lowers his shoulder and absolutely obliterates a member of the secondary for the Washington Commanders and picks up the first down, gets up and roars at the crowd. Let's go. Let's go. I got to admit, though, Billy, loved it in the moment. So pumped up. Don't ever do it again. Don't ever do it again.
Thank you. We get into this argument seemingly daily, Aaron Nagler. When you are the franchise, we do have to make business decisions. Now, that was a decision to run through a
guy's face,
which is an awesome decision to make.
Truck stick.
When you can
seriously.
Did he put Trey Amos on the sideline with that hit? He went through.
He spun him like a top.
Neck. Right through his neck is the right way to run through somebody, even though they say go through the face. He went right through the V of the neck. Generally, that's the hardest place to block a human being. He went right through and just ate the guy. Now, I get lucky enough to do Badgers and Packers post games.
Of course you do.
I did a Badgers post game similar to a situation like this.
I'm so sorry.
Not the Alabama one, but thank you. We did need your thoughts and prayers after that one.
Wow.
After week 2, my man Danny O'Neal is like what, 5'11", maybe 200 pounds. He's their backup quarterback. He's trying to truck stick through linebackers. I said, Danny, brother,
Danny,
you gotta slide. We gotta teach you how to slide. First scramble against Alabama.
Oh no.
But he's got the dog in him, Billy.
Write down. Learn the understand the assignment. We cannot lose you. Jordan, I love it. I love the tenacity. But like Aaron said, don't ever bleeping do it again. Just let's get down. Let's sneak legit. In there, get your yards, and protect. We need
all
to
I could think of. All I could think of is that line in Major League. Great catch, Mays. Don't ever do it again.
Don't ever do it again.
That was me.
Can I at least jump on the other side?
Go right ahead. Embrace debate. You're here. Why not?
You can't tell a dog to stop bark. I mean, he's got the dog in him. You don't want him to ramp down any level of competitiveness. I understand sometimes discretion's a better part of valor, but there are sometimes you want him to be in every part of I got to go get it mode. And I don't know. I think he needed the yards. I'm trying to remember the play.
Yeah, he did. It was a third down.
This
the first down.
We're trying to create a legacy here. We're trying to win championships. We're trying to make history here.
Let's go get it on 4th down. You're good enough.
4 down territory, baby. Come on now. 4th and short. We got it. No problem.
I think that real competitors, you can ask them to switch it off.
I know. Okay. Intellectually and discussing it with you, Armen, I completely understand. But I can also fast forward in my mind to say the offseason. Let's say it's March and we're all gathered at the combine. And didn't it suck that Jordan got hurt on that play and they kind of flushed the season down the toilet? And then the response is, yeah, but he's got that dog in him. I mean, you know what I mean? That is not an excuse.
Can't have
that. Does not save your dog in you is not going to save a season.
But it might win you a world championship one day. You don't
one
know.
Day, yeah.
That's all I'm
in
saying.
a big moment,
Hey,
in a, say a divisional playoff game, sure.
Nobody was telling Jim Taylor to hold up.
Jim Taylor wasn't making $50 million.
No, but he was looking to punish every tackler he could.
He was a running back. It was his job.
Okay, well, in that moment, so was Jordan Love, and I think he
thought
it's
Curly Lambeau time. Like, no, your job is to throw the ball, be smart with your decisions, and play next week.
Curly did love that play.
I don't want my guy getting hurt. I really don't. I totally agree. We all don't want him to get hurt. But,
I hear you, man. I hear you.
But sometimes I don't. It made me feel good in the moment.
I know.
I was happy it wasn't hurt.
Armen texted me right away, Nags, like, I want more of it. And I'm like, Armen, no, you don't. You want him to get down and protect himself. But it's week 2 compared to week 22.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, look around the league. Did you check out Twitter yesterday when it was like a cascading timeline of injuries?
I know. You're right. You're right.
I'm just saying, man.
We were Nags. We were going on complete opposite. We were trying to trade Malik Willis. We were asked that we should go and try to get a 3rd round pick for Malik Willis in this time where there's absurd. 4 starting quarterbacks already down right now.
That's absurd. That's ridiculous. Absolutely.
You don't want to see the Clayton Tune project? I was in. We mentioned it, and then I think 28 seconds after, I was like, "Listen, I think Kevin O'Connell's one of the best coaches in pro football. He's got to find something else to do." But like, even if Carson Wentz is playing quarterback for them and he's their backup, and I don't know that JJ McCarthy's all that good, their season's probably cooked. And then 28 seconds later, they announce Carson Wentz is going to start a quarterback this week. It is, and John Kuhn said this really, really well. And when he first said it, I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Not going to happen a lot with John.
The way that the sport has changed, they've given the false sense of safety to all quarterbacks.
Yes.
And when
Brady's
Jordan
talking about this. Very
true.
And
when Jordan is running out onto the sideline, again, like Patrick Mahomes was a year ago when he runs through Buddy on the 49ers and scores the touchdown. Like, I'm a quarterback. They're going to take it a little easy on me. They're not going to split me in half.
They can't breathe on me anymore. Yep.
But then when I do it to you, you have to know you're not getting brother-in-law anymore. Nope. So next time you're out on the field and you're out on towards the sideline and you've already put that on tape, somebody is not escorting you to the sideline. They're going to put their helmet through your rib cage and make you feel it. So like there's a little bit of a false sense of safety at that position. Like, I'll be protected. I'll be okay. And then you put yourself in so many more spots where you can be put in peril.
I just keep thinking, what does Lynn Dickey think about like modern quarterback play and the protections they're afforded and their inability to stay on the field? Because, I mean, look, say what you want about Lynn Dickey, and yeah, he played hurt, and there's no doubt that, you know, he had a very good run in Green Bay. He was one of the most underrated passers since the merger, like no question in my mind. But man, if he played today, are you kidding me with these rules and the kind of protections on a quarterback? Man, 5,000 yards. Let's go. Come on.
Ooh,
let's do it.
He'd run it up there, no doubt.
He'd do. And this is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about from Thursday night. What about Jordan Love? And I guess by extension, Matt LaFleur, just wanting to push the ball down the field like it is 1984. Holy cow. In a world where every defense plays a ton of too high safety, the whole brief on the defensive side of the ball is keep it all in front of you, rally and tackle, make them earn it, make them go 10, 12 plays, etc. The Packers are out here with 2-play touchdown drives and pushing the ball down the field on like every occasion. And there's and that's not just Jordan, because I saw people talking about, you know, Jordan's got to rein it in or whatever. Go look at the tape. These are like 15, 20-yard concepts. That's play calling. That's Matt LaFleur going, we are going to push the ball down the field. Now, I suspect some of that is defense specific. I think it's not like come out and gunning every single week, especially when you got Myles Garrett on the other side. But man, they definitely came in with the plan. We are going to push the ball down the field in this game.
Yeah, a lot easier to feel aggressive when you got the skeletal remains of Von Miller on the other side. And like when I looked, I'm like, wait a second, he's getting a check still? Okay, different. Like, sounds good.
He's on Match Game too. I saw him on Match Game.
Whoa, he's on Match Game now?
I thought he was.
They got Baron Davis on Dancing with the Stars. What a spectacular
get.
get.
Andy Richter. Holy cow.
Right. Like,
Wasn't ready
okay.
for that.
Didn't realize this show had fallen down as bad as it has.
No,
but Armen, you would say it this way.
Yes.
Whose favorite football team would the Green Bay Packers be right now in 2025 with the way they're playing offense?
But think it'd be your boy who wants more explosive passing and needs a Mel Kiper. Got to get down the field. I don't like any of these bubble screens. Got to eliminate too high. Got to get back to the Terry Bradshaws of the world, right?
They're ruining pro football. Look at this guy. They never
safeties.
throw the ball down the field. You got a guy, big arm, big butt. He's able to sling the ball. He's got a lot of physicality. You got to be able to push the football down the field like the Green Bay Packers are doing. There are a certain amount of teams and units that are playing a very different style, right? Like, I mean, Jalen Hurts had 8 completions in the first half this weekend for 39 yards.
Dude, that game.
And they got they've got 2 of the better wide receivers in football. They arguably have the best wide receiver duo in football. So, along with the best offensive line. So, there's 2 ways to play. There's 2 ways to skin a cat. Maybe they will try to vertically stretch teams differently, but it's pretty clear that Dan Orlovsky knows ball. He had said it a number of different ways, and I could not agree with you more.
Truly.
When you have this kind of defense and this kind of a suffocating defense, one that can turn the ball over at any particular point in time, you're not doing it justice if you don't take that many shots. If you don't risk it for the biscuit, as I'm looking at Bruce Arians right now, like you got to be able to take some shots. Now, I'm not saying throw 30 picks, but he hasn't thrown a pick in a regular season game since Soldier Field in November. You'll be able to clear up and validate that in January because his last 5 quarters of playoff football, he's thrown 5 picks.
And I think the Packers really quick. Sorry, I've mentioned this. They emphasize explosive plays and preventing them on defense and offense as a real absolute hallmark of their team. And they've done it with the Watson signing. They've done it with the plays they call in those short yard situations. They believe in the analytics that say it's a great predictor of success to have as many explosive plays as possible. And this is something they're obviously trying to do when the rest of the league has a kind of a depth of throw problem. They're trying to do the opposite. So that's why I try to get frustrated about it when there is a 3rd and 2 and you miss a deep one, because the times it's there could help you win big games in big moments.
And the way they've been able to draw stuff up out of probably areas or personnel or formations that maybe you're not expecting it and taking advantage of defenses that way. Look no further than that 57-yarder to Tucker Kraft, where they have 3 tight ends on the field there. Like, Washington's thinking, okay, here we go. They're gonna button it up. They're gonna run the ball, and then they have that little bit of motion to the right, keep everybody spread out, and then the initial surge on almost every receiver on the right side is to the right until Tucker Kraft right down the seam, and he's wide open. Like that's scheme. That's just scheme. It's so beautiful to look at.
It really is. It's manipulated, and it emphasizes why the league tilted so strongly to boy wonder play callers, right? And it's one of the reasons why Bear fans have convinced themselves that they are finally in the conversation, because they got one of those guys. They got one of those guys, the guys that are drawing up all of these incredible exotic plays that their quarterbacks are not messing up, that they aren't waving off when they're being taught the plays. Like, it's pretty impressive. That's why teams want a guy like Ben Johnson to get 50 burgers.
God, that's what we're gonna do on the flip side here. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive into some haterade. We're gonna drink it from a hose. I mean,
it was so good this weekend, Nags. It was just amazing.
I've been so good, Billy. I've been really kind of staying away from it, but man, watching the Bears suck and the Vikings look totally inept on offense, you can't ignore it. You got at least a little bit. We got to get a taste of the haterade here.
It's the people going.
I'm all about it. Yet another banger selected by our boy Armen here. Like, Armen, you're on a heater. I love it. Not to put too much pressure on you, but you're doing great, man.
And don't rest on your laurels over there.
Standard of success has been raised.
You said it now.
I was going to say, I don't want to. I suppose I shouldn't mention the no-hitter while he's throwing it, but here we go, baby. I'm absolutely loving it. That's Armen and Billy in Milwaukee. Aaron Nagler coming to you live from New York City on Carry the G Radio on 97.3. The Game.
If you or a loved one is ever hurt in an accident, don't call the first lawyer you happen to see on TV. Instead, call the law firm that's most qualified to handle the complexities of your case. Or call the firm that won the largest personal injury verdict in Wisconsin history. Or the one with the largest product liability verdict in state history. or the one that has recovered more million-dollar results than any other firm in Wisconsin. It all happens to be the same firm. Habush, Habush & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service. Visit Habush.com for more information.
With the end of summer comes so many things. The cool, crisp evening air, beautiful colors on the trees, and for many of us, another 10 pounds. This is KB from the Drew and KB Show. For years, that was me, until I started the Milwaukee Weight Loss Program. I lost nearly 40 pounds using their doctor-developed program, and there is no way I'm going to put it back on this winter. Not only does Milwaukee Weight Loss know the secret of losing up to a pound of fat a day, they help you keep it off without drugs, injections, or locking into expensive prepackaged meal programs you can't get out of. This program resets your metabolism so you can keep the weight off. And you get a personal coach to help you through the ups and downs and when you don't always make good choices. So even if you do put on a couple of pounds, you can drop them quickly and easily. Trust me, I've done it a couple of times. If you want to lose that extra weight before the snow flies, give Milwaukee Weight Loss a call at 262-433-4008. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. That's 262-433-4008 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast.
And then there was that speed race coming out of Platteville. the Walter Payton, who was kind of a race car driver himself, at least at one point in his career, he used to win that race down the interstate all the way back to Chicago. And the state police would kind of just monitor it. They wouldn't ticket it.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. Listen to other episodes available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce affects every part of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 111 East Kilburn, Milwaukee.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-887-1010. That's 800-887-1010. 800-887-1010. The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Another foggy start with a mostly sunny afternoon. Highs today should get into the low 80s for the inland areas. Will stay in the 70s lakeside with the breeze off the water. Overnight tonight, another round of patchy fog, likely in the upper 50s, and then back to 80s tomorrow. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by Rybar Storage. Are you looking for indoor or outdoor storage for your RV, truck, boat, or car? Call Rybar Storage at 262-672-1967 or visit rybarstorage.com. That's rybarstorage.com, or check out their second facility in Bristol.
Milwaukee's most listened to sports station and the home of your Wisconsin Badgers.
Break the tackle. He scored. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
97.3 The Game.
Oh, yeah. Carry the G radio rolling into the end of hour one with a classic by Prince.
The boy's bringing it now, huh?
Come on now. I don't know what I've unleashed here, but it's outstanding. Armen on the ones and twos there at the iHeart Metroplex in the greater Milwaukee area, along with Bill Schmid holding it down there. I'm Aaron Nagler, Carry the G Radio. I did say we are going to get into haterade this segment, but you know what? I'm going to save that for the top of the next hour. We're going to crack a beer. We're going to get a pizza, and then we're just going to chill out and talk some haterade. But right now, I want to give a shout out to Mike Witt on the Cheesehead TV YouTube channel, asking, hey guys, two things. One, rightfully so, the national media is going to talk about Micah, but Edgerrin Cooper is playing like an all-pro. And number two, always thought Cowboys fans whined, but Micah is held every play.
That is true.
I mean, Edgerrin Cooper, I did a whole bit about him yesterday on Cheesehead TV. Encourage everyone to check that out. He is playing an outstanding brand of football. That jump, Billy, that we often talk about from year one to year two. How many times last year did you hear Matt LaFleur, when asked about Edgerrin Cooper, plays very well, lots of explosive plays, tackles for loss, very exciting stuff. Almost every single time he was asked about him, though, LaFleur would start with, well, still got a lot to clean up. Still got to work on the assignments, blah, 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 assignment sure, yada, yada. I'll tell you what, he has looked like he's been on lockdown through this entire first 8 quarters of the season. It hadn't looked like there's been much of a missed assignment here or there. He has looked absolutely see ball, get ball, read, react. I'm loving it. And pairing him with Micah up front, baby.
Yeah, and I also think there's something to Nags. He doesn't have to think as much, and he can just go play, right? Like Quay Walker's taking a lot of arrows. I think Quay Walker has seemingly been as confident as ever in calling the defense on the field and getting everybody lined up to allow Edgerrin Cooper to just be him. Go roam, wreak havoc wherever you are, wherever we line you up. You go get ball, like you mentioned. He also is, you need a guy in the middle of the defense to fully embrace the swarming nature of a defense and the mentality that LaFleur has been itching for his entire tenure. You need somebody in the middle of it, because you can't just have corners doing it. You can't just have one edge rusher doing it. It helps when it's the heart and soul of defense and the guy that's always going to be as close to the football as Cooper is. That has to be the start of it, and he's doing a phenomenal job at just capitalizing on that part of it.
Second part from Mike there about Micah being held every play. I don't know if it's every play, but it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a decent
held a lot. Holy cow. And I guess at some point, you're as an offensive lineman, you're thinking, well, they can't call it every play. It's like Richard Sherman back in the day. They can't call PI on every play, so I'm going to manhandle this dude as much as I can.
I'm also looking over and saying, what am I supposed to do? Are you seeing this cat?
Exactly.
Are you seeing this guy? What else am I supposed to do?
What do you want from my life?
I am just a man.
I am hanging on for dear life.
Another man. All I can do is hold and pray. And there's a lot of guys doing a lot of praying. So let's make sure that we get into not answering those prayers when the Packers just continue to boat race these teams into the late fourth quarter.
Starting on Sunday, appropriately enough for prayer. We're just gonna put them.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
I can't wait, brother. I cannot wait. Carry the G Radio wrapping up hour one. Hour two coming on the flip side. We'll, as I said, drink a bunch of haterade, especially around the NFC North. I can't wait. That's Billy and Armen. It's Aaron live on Carry the G Radio on 97.3 The Game.
Green Bay football fans, the party starts 3.5 hours before every home game at the Resch Expo Plaza Pit Stop with iHeartMedia. Free to the public, no ticket required. Enjoy food, drinks, live bands, and special features like the Bloody Mary Bar, Cheap Shots Bar, the Tipsy Tapper Beer Trailer, sampling stations, and more. located right across from Lambeau Field in front of the Resch Expo. The Plaza Pit Stop is your game day party headquarters all season long.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved! Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary, just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip.
Woo! That's so screaming good!
Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
All right, smart, good-looking listeners, KB here. The inevitable is right around the corner. Winter, snow, wind, freezing temperatures, and if your house is drafty, winter will be miserable. You know, Miss Sue and I are thrilled with our new windows, but windows aren't the only thing that lets winter in your home. It could be your siding. That's why you need Javier and the team at Tilton Windows, Doors, and More. They've kept Milwaukee homes warm and looking good for years. Not only are they experts in window installation, they offer the industry's most advanced solid core siding that will withstand anything Wisconsin winter throws at you. Think about it. New siding protects your biggest investment. It boosts curb appeal, lowers energy costs, and the siding is backed by lifetime limited warranties, including fade protection, and they're even transferable to the next owner of your home. So get your siding project started today. Just go to utilton.com. They'll get back to you and help you get your project started so you can be ready for a toasty warm winter. That's the letter U, Tilton.com.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast.
What is this, year 4, man?
Can you believe that? They've asked us back for year 4.
Well, you know, no one's more surprised than you or I, but we're first upset of the year. I know you're in shock right now that we're back for a 4th year.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. Listen to other episodes available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Touchdown! Milwaukee's most listened to sports station and the home of your Green Bay Packers. A dagger right through the heart. WRN-WFM Milwaukee, 97.3 the game.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. Has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
This is Carry the G, a show about everything Packers.
Go back, let's go!
Green Bay Packers, woo!
And other stuff we love.
We just like to have some beers and a little tailgating.
Now please welcome the man who carries the G 24/7 from Cheesehead TV, Aaron Nagler.
Carry the G Radio rolls on hour 2. Coming to you live from New York City along with Bill Schmid and Armen Saryan at the great iHeart Metroplex. 97.3 The Game. Hour 2 is brought to you by Luigi's Pizza. When it comes to frozen pizza, Wisconsin has Luigi's and a lot of companies that want to be like them. Traditional, Wisconsin-made, great-tasting pizza. The flavors you recognize and love. Made in Wisconsin since 1968. Don't settle for a substitute. Taste the tradition of Luigi's. And while you're at it, grab yourself an ice cold can to Carry the G cream ale to go along with that pizza. You know what, Billy? I just made myself hungry and thirsty.
Yeah, no kidding. Instantly that happens very, very quick. I will say I love often imitated, never duplicated.
Never duplicated.
Everybody who wants to try to be that just can't be. There's a lot of imitators out there. But there is one thing that you guys, very well. People are going to try to imitate. People are going to try to replicate. People are going to try to duplicate. They're going to
that one.
They're going to try. They're going to try. Can't
Yes,
do it though.
Apparently not.
Just can't do it though.
Just can't do it. You can be a corporate soulless version of it, but you can't really replicate it. You can't be that thing,
Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks that you can make Rice Krispie treats with just some random ingredient. You just can't do it, right? It's a Rice Krispie treat, so you have to have
that's it.
Right
you
there.
need Rice Krispies.
You need Rice Krispies.
Yeah, that has to happen.
It's a pretty simple deal, but everyone's going to try. People are going to try.
They're going to try. They're going to fail. But you know what? This weekend, I didn't fail. Enjoying the Schadenfreude, watching the Chicago Bears absolutely get obliterated by a team I think the Packers handled pretty easily in week 1. If I know, these weeks fly by, Billy. It feels like a long time ago, but I seem to recall the Packers handling the Detroit Lions. But those offseason champs, they went to Detroit and got absolutely destroyed. Thomas on the Cheesehead TV YouTube chat says, my best friend is an avid Bears fan, already melting down. He's on record saying he's going to lose it if they lose this weekend. Gotta love it, to be honest.
That's beautiful.
I mean, I do gotta love it.
I think the funniest thing about that is obviously as a Bears fan, he's an avid Bears fan. He's had a lot of experience having losing weekends. So why this weekend is he going to lose it? Brother. You've been losing.
He finally bought in. Finally bought into the hype. Finally thought it was happening. Finally thought it was
5-6 off seasons of winning that off-season championship, Billy. You got to buy in at some point.
I mean, it's interesting. I do remember 19 touches being enough to get 40 yards or 50 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right.
Interesting that 15 was enough to get a $104. And also both of their running backs find pay dirt and Amon-Ra St. Brown get a lot of empty calories on 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. They also, just think about it this way. It took 4 quarters for the Lions to score 13 points. Only in 1 quarter on Sunday did they not score more than 13 points.
Man, here's the thing, too. Okay, let's talk football here for a second, right? I think Dennis Allen is a good defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, your general manager apparently has supplied him with some substandard parts to utilize on that defense.
Because, a fair way of putting it, yeah.
My God, Montez Sweat got a sack, and you would have thought that they won the Super Bowl. It's so funny to watch them. Every kind of moment of anything positive is the greatest thing that ever happened since the 1985 Bears. And then the rest of the game happens or rolls out or materializes. Fair. And it's they're back to being depressed and back to being completely despondent about their team 2 weeks into the Ben Johnson era. And that's where I really, really enjoyed the beatdown of the Bears. Ben Johnson's smugness, him coming in there in the opening presser and saying, oh, I enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur. I'll bet you did, buddy.
With
someone else's team.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, no doubt about it. I think about there are a lot of different ways to be frustrated by Ben Johnson. First off, the name makes it sound like a creative player in like head coach, right. The old NFL video game that nobody
that lasted
played.
1 year.
Yeah,
1 year.
Then they realized, oh wait, this game mode also exists in Madden. It's called franchise mode.
Just play Madden. Yeah,
you can just play Madden, and you don't have to make some ridiculous knockoff game for it. So Ben Johnson walks into this situation, and much like Armen, not different than many of his other predecessors, to say we're gonna beat the Green Bay Packers.
Trying to sound tough.
All right, there's one thing that when you take this job that you agree to, and that's beating the Green Bay Packers. Now, Lovie Smith did a better job of it than most.
He's the last one to do it on the regular.
And then they quickly escorted him out when I believe they went 9-7.
Yeah.
So this is
with a Super Bowl appearance on his resume.
With a Super Bowl appearance on his resume, the one that actually did compete in the division better than any of the others that they tried to push in there. This is what happens when you can't settle for good and you have to try to level up. Just like Jim Caldwell was going to be leveled up on in Detroit, then Matt Patricia happened, right? So like a lot of times,
better sit up straight.
You sit up straight.
Matt Patricia.
Have some respect. Have some respect. Son of a gun.
That's such a good pull, Armen. Well
you
done.
see this year in and year out. You try and try and
so
try. We
true.
talk about often imitated, never duplicated. There's goals that you can draft and develop similarly to the Green Bay Packers. Now, Detroit is doing a good job of it.
Yes.
Brad Holmes.
They have a good mix with the general manager and the head coach. But I heard you talking about this previous on No BS, Billy. The Bears have been in this cycle of not being able to line up their general manager with their head coach. And it's been, but that's why they signed Poles to that extension this offseason, so that he and Ben Johnson are in lockstep. But what's hilarious is watching that game and none of his young players being involved. The vets that he brought in, I mean, we got healthy scratches.
Yeah.
From premium picks that were taken this year.
Right.
Second round picks, healthy scratches. Watching the game in street clothes, and then your head coach is saying, you know what we're going to start doing? Practicing harder. Everybody that wants to play hard this weekend, you're going to practice hard. We're going to practice like we play. Well, if you play like that and you practice, guess what? Brian Schottenheimer, and I will say this, for an individual that I do cheer for, Brian Schottenheimer near the top of that list. You want to talk about getting yourself gutted when you get your best opportunity? We need a head coach. Who's it? Oh, Shotty can do it. Yeah, you're the head coach. You're the head coach. You've only waited 20 years to have the opportunity to be a head coach.
You've been calling run, pass for about 20 of those years, but here you go.
A couple of AFC title games as well with the New York Jets. Let's not forget there as well when Brian Schottenheimer was one of the hotter names out there. Took some time, and he's going to develop the greatest culture in professional sports. He has said it. He is going to develop the greatest culture in professional sports.
What a bar to set.
It is it's a phenomenal statement. It is a bar to set, Armen.
Not able to measure or quantified. That's the best part.
But did you see the
that's the point. It depends
Did you see
on
the energy there? Did you see the energy? I think he's matching it with the They're going to be doing a lot of those in the celebrating during the press conference or during post game on Sunday, because I got a bad feeling that Dak Prescott continues to remind everybody that he's one of the better quarterbacks in football, and that Dallas Cowboy offense can put up some points. Watch out. If you're Chicago with that game coming up this weekend.
Cowboy defense can give up some points too, so it should be a track meet. That should be a good time. I mean, that Giants game was hilarious. That was I see now we're off on a tangent and I don't even care. But man, like situational awareness as a play caller, especially on defense this past kind of weekend. That game in particular blew my mind when Russell Wilson, all he's done all day is throw deep to neighbors in particular. And you let him get behind you for what should have been the game-winning score. But then they come out on first down on defense and play prevent when Dallas has all three timeouts and allows easy access to essentially field goal range with this nuclear kicker they got down
That's
there.
The part of
Does anybody understand the game anymore? It was unbelievable.
I think I understand a decent amount of it, Nags, but I don't understand this. When did these kickers become cyclopses?
Oh my God. Right.
And how do I train myself to realize that a 64-yard field goal is not only makeable, That's what you were targeting.
Yes.
They ran a draw to get
in the rights on the preferred hash mark.
Preferred hash mark for a 64-yard field goal. That's breaking my mind. Yeah, so I will give I'll give just a real little grace. They are coaching for the New York Giants. So I mean, there's levels to this stuff. Like I'm not totally surprised that there was a brutal idea with the prevent defense, but I also thought, midfield, all they're going to be able to do is throw a Hail Mary. And instead they're like, hold on, Aubrey. Show them what you can do. Like Jerry Glanville used to do with Favre, throwing the ball into the third deck. The Dallas Cowboys are like, hold on, I'll bet anybody $100. Aubrey can kick a field goal from this side of the star.
I can't blame a coach for not believing it. He's going to make that. I didn't believe it. I said, I'm seeing with my own eyes. He's kicking me. He cannot kick it 64 yards, and he did it. And he made it look like a 40-yarder.
Hilarious.
That's the other thing. He had room to spare and plenty of it. But that's what's insane to me. On first down, you're calling this easy access prevent style defense, which – fine, okay, maybe you don't think the kid can hit the 64, 70-yard or whatever, but don't make it easy for them to get in position to get in field goal range.
I get it, yeah.
They allowed it to happen in one play.
Instantly. It was hilarious.
Okay, and see, we're talking all this, and we haven't even talked about the Minnesota Vikings.
Thank you.
How delicious was that game where, man, Again, the hubris all offseason, hearing from Vikings fans talking about all the money they spent on their line. The offensive line is fixed and the defensive line is going to be a terror and blah, blah, blah. And they got all these great kind of coordinators, play callers, whatever. And they handed the keys to Mitch Trubisky light. I mean, I don't know if you noticed his heat map through the first half, but all his throws are going to the right. Not even looking to his left, let alone throwing over to his left. I mean... And then the subreddit. Oh, Billy, the Vikings subreddit.
Was it good?
Talking about, this is true. Number one, like this is the theory going around Vikings fandom.
Oh, I think I saw this.
The copium is flowing. Well, Billy, he just had a kid. He's been up all night. It's drained his energy. His wife had a child, and now he just can't play football. He'll be better once he's back and he can play football because the kid will be older now.
I saw that.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. And the sleepless night.
Sleepless night's catching up to him there on Sunday Night Football.
I'll say this. There's only so much we do. Hand raised in air as a father of two now in the first 2.5 years. You're no good for the first month and a half, right? I mean, you're not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, but what about the theory that he was sleeping on the couch in the hospital? Like, that's
right.
Not comfortable.
Well, I did watch Isaac Collins go 0 for 12 after sleeping on that
futon. That's all I'm saying. So maybe there's something there.
Could be something.
That being said, to your point, that is amazing copium because
so good.
McCarthy, he's still that guy. It was just the baby. That's the only reason. He'll be fine.
And now they've got the high ankle sprain that apparently he played through the entire fourth quarter.
He looked great. These 20, all 22s, though. I mean, that's what I don't get about that. And they already ruled him out. That's a little fishy, isn't it?
Interesting how convenient it would
be. For one young Carson Wentz, or not so young anymore.
Yeah, not so young Carson Wentz. Also one that you want to talk about somebody looking back at their career in hindsight while it's still going on. Saw the video of him at Super Bowl Radio Row last year where they're like, could you switch places with any human being? He goes, yeah, Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. That's like the saddest thing I've ever heard. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard because it's just sitting there eating and stewing with him. But I want to watch Carson Wentz play football because there's nobody that never gives up like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz believes he's going to score a touchdown on every single play. Yep. Even if he is being sacked by 3 people, he still thinks he's going to score a touchdown. So I'm excited to watch Carson Wentz play, especially because Kevin O'Connell is as in the game plan, in tune, in rhythm, and on time as you could want. Carson Wentz is complete opposite. So to be able to see that frustrating moment, this actually might be where Kevin O'Connell goes, you know what I should do? Go coach the Miami Dolphins. I might
keep dreaming. They just signed him to an extension, Billy. They're not.
Yeah, but I got to deal with this quarterback who's stressed because he's got a kid.
Hello. If anybody's shown he can make it work with any quarterback, it's O'Connell. Like he has done really good work with everybody who's under center there. Like every single one of them.
Let us have hope, though. Come on.
I know. By the way, obviously, look, it's still Carson Wentz, my guy. Like, I'm not worried. Like, let's be real here.
He'd be the first quarterback in NFL history to have started a game for 6 different organizations in 6 straight seasons.
6 straight years. Yep. It's happening. Wow. He will be this weekend. It's going to happen.
How about that?
Kansas City,
I lost,
Minnesota.
Who did I lose track with?
Indianapolis. Wow, I lost two teams.
No, Washington.
Yeah,
no.
Washington was one of them. They bought him for a year and then tried to give him back. They did try. They tried to actually return him like Zabin would with a purchase. So he's like, I don't have a receipt, but can I get back? Can I get my money back for this?
His tax guy is just, oh my gosh.
All the states,
all
the different.
Oh my goodness.
Frustrated beyond belief. But to watch Minnesota, and your point is a great one on the offensive line. They bring in Ryan Kelly and Will Fries from Indianapolis, which has been one of the better offensive lines in football, albeit they didn't get the best offensive lineman from Indianapolis.
Yeah,
so
which is wild, right?
So that's the part where, like, okay, if they're one of the best units, we didn't get the best guy. So we got part of their crew, but on the other side where Quentin Nelson is a perennial All-Pro, we didn't get him.
And
don't ask us about that.
I'm glad you brought up
we
the
got
offense.
these guys, and it's going to be okay.
I'm glad you brought it back to the offensive line because let's highlight this, right? Shall we? Of course. What a shock, right? But let's highlight this. That Minnesota game, guys go down. Offensive line is in big trouble. Watching that Texans game, couple pieces go down. They are in hell, right?
Yeah, good point.
Packers lose their starting guard and their starting right tackle, who they just paid, one of the best in the business. Things keep rolling. Offense doesn't miss a beat.
Guys.
Both during that Detroit game and then week 2. I mean, that does not get talked about enough. It doesn't get highlighted enough. The fact that the Packers not only have the talent in reserve and the depth, but the ability to not really have to maneuver and or adjust their offensive style. Now, of course, there's guys you got to pay attention to. Myles Garrett will certainly have a plan for him on Sunday, but they're not completely changing their offensive approach. They're still going bombs away against the Commanders with 2 backups along the line. Like, that's a testament to the depth that's been provided by the personnel group. That's a major testament to LaFleur and his coaching staff, Butkus in particular, getting those guys ready. I mean, that is just excellent work. And it's like you have these other examples to show you how like appreciative you should be as a Packers fan that, this happens in other cities and things fall apart.
And also that it is one of the highest priced position, especially tackle, right? Like you look at tackle, it is becoming up there with edge rusher. And it's been for a while, but it is edge rusher, quarterback, and left tackle and wide receiver in there as well. But like to have the 2, you got to be able to have the 1. And I think it's unique in Green Bay where the draft and develop is so emphasized that immediately when Anthony Belton gets taken in the 2nd round this year, the text line on draft night is, all right, so who's gone?
Right.
No one.
Nobody.
Because one, you have to develop him to be a legitimate NFL starter before you then trust him with the franchise to go and play right tackle and face off against some of the best guys. But trial by fire, when you do have to get thrown in there, we feel pretty good when it's a top 50 pick going in there instead of, all due respect to Kennard and his family, some guy that we got 13 days ago. Right? Like, so you make the decision and the conscious decision to give yourself legitimate insurance policy.
No doubt. I got to ask
this
you
is
about
not
that.
just an umbrella cover. This is a legit collision and every kind of coverage. That thing gets stolen, you're going to get the car replaced.
What did you think about that? Because obviously Kennard came in week 1 when Tom goes down.
Yeah.
Guy who's got at least a little experience, right? Started a game for Philadelphia there. I believe it was week 17 last year. Has been in at guard at various times, but hasn't a ton of experience, but has at least been in the league, right? So I understand they bring him off the bench. Tom goes down. They win the game, right? I think the operating assumption throughout the week had been, well, they're probably going to start Kennard there. That makes sense. Guy's got a little, at least a pelt or 2 on the wall. And they throw the rookie in there. What was your immediate reaction? Because I was surprised. I like it theoretically in the sense of like, yep, you want the only way this kid's going to get better is if he plays, right?
Yep.
But man, these games count. That's your $50 million guy back there. That's a big kind of trust in your rookie to hold up.
It was an immediate laugh. I think when I first saw it in the stretch lines, like,
right,
they are so confident that they are going to throw him out here and he is going to get better. Because at some point, Nags, I was pretty sure he was going to play, right? Like the last thing I thought was Kennard was just going to play every snap.
Right.
They're not letting Sean Ryan play every snap. And what else does Sean Ryan have to do to validate that he should be on
he should be playing every snap,
right? So that part of it to me was not surprising. I didn't know that he was going to go first. But then if you're going to throw him in there, you might as well get every bit of it out of there. First introduction, first play, first holding penalty, first touchdown given back. Let's get them all out of the way. And then you can reassess and play football like I think we've been able to see he's pretty damn good at. He is physical. He moves people. And in a game that you wanted to run the football more than they did and more successfully than they did, he was one of the only reasons why there were any holes to be able to run through over on that right side. So I thought that one, once you gave yourself the idea of, hold on, they're going to rotate. There's no chance he's playing the whole game.
Right.
It made a lot more sense to me and say, let's throw him in here right away and let's get all of the firsts out right now.
Although Matt even said, like, the idea had been coming into the game that they were going to rotate a lot more. But at some point, they just, set it and forget it. But let him ride it. Let's ride out with the rookie.
And now that was where I was going to ask you. They're watching the same game that we were.
Yep.
Potentially different things than we are. Because I'm watching and I'm saying, hold on.
Right.
Check my math here. Packers score 2 touchdowns on the 2 Kennard drives.
Yeah. They
give up a touchdown in a penalty variety. They go, I think there was a 3 and out there.
Another 3 and out. Yep.
When Pelton's and they're like, he played so well that he just earned the rest of the snaps. We're watching some different things. Which again,
you and I are watching results. We're watching results.
Yeah, and they're seeing the process. They know every single part of what he's supposed to do, and he's probably checking a bunch more boxes there that should give you some confidence going into next year when he takes over as one of the tackles.
And that will undoubtedly be happening. That is the thing. Like, at some point, you can't pay everybody. And you're right. They're getting him ready. No doubt. For now and the future. I'm going to give Mike Witt another shout out on the Cheesehead TV YouTube channel. Who says, I want a live performance on Carry the G Radio from Motelman this season, Nags. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. He also asks a football question. Will Hardman get called up this week? I really don't want to risk Golden back on punt returns. Go Pack Go. That seems obvious, right? But if there's a coaching staff that has thumbed its nose at the obvious, more often than not, it is Matt LaFleur's staff and their personnel decisions.
I've got one rule.
What's that?
We got to know the rules. We can't send anybody back there for the punt team or the kick team that knows when the ball bounces in play.
Thank you, Pittsburgh.
It is a live ball.
Yes, thank you. Live.
It is a live ball. Wow. Every level of football. Even if you can fair catch it in college inside the 25, and then it gets to a touchback. But if that ball bounces inside of the 100 yards, 53 and a third, anybody can pick it up. We need people that know the rules back there. So let's just make sure we get that one.
And also, I want guys who know the rules of thumb. The I guess somewhat unwritten rules. I hope they're written down somewhere inside 1265 Lombardi. Can we stop fielding punts on the 5-yard line?
Exactly.
What are we doing? We have forgotten the face of our fathers. Desmond Howard did not help us win a Super Bowl by showing you to take the punt at the 5.
Right.
At least we're out there, though. At least we're not missing the kickoff like Desmond did the one time.
Yeah, that was an amazing one, wasn't it? That
all we need next week is we need 11 on the kick return team.
But he already had scored 1 touchdown and set us up for another. So what are you going to say?
What are you going to say? Like, he just didn't feel like working that second. That particular kick. He was just
all dirty.
He was chilling.
I was all dirty. I had to change my clothes.
And the funniest thing, I'm sorry I had to say it, the funniest thing about that was Andre was the first one to notice. You know, people say what they want about Andre Rison, about not, what planet was Andre on.
Right.
Andre was getting out there trying to cover. I mean,
Andre was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, coach, I think we're short.
Yeah, he was the guy on the sidelines that was trying to tell Caleb Johnson, buddy, the ball right there. He looks, he throws his hands up like, oh, well. Like, I don't know what are you yelling at me for?
I said, what are you
talking about?
So good.
I think Don Beebe was thinking, like, I know he's going to be here, right?
He's got to be here at some point.
To answer Mike's question, I suspect there's a decent chance McCole Hardman is up. Yes. I don't know if that means he'll be automatically returning punts. Like I said, Packers haven't done anything obvious when it comes to special teams. Maybe Savion Williams gets a crack.
That's
maybe
where I was
Keyshawn
going.
Nixon is back there still. But whatever the obvious answer is, I guarantee you the Packers won't do it if it comes to special teams. Like,
yeah, flip it on
how they roll.
The flip it on its complete head, go completely opposite of what everyone else is saying. But I do like Savion Williams. Get that ball in that kid's hands as many times as possible.
More the better. Absolutely. Billy, I love that we can just meander through like 30 different topics in the course of one segment.
It's also a lot easier when you're sipping haterade. I mean, like, people might think that we're drunk. No, we're just enjoying the hell out of laughing at the NFC North because there was a lot to be able to laugh at.
It was a comedy. It was a comedy of errors this past weekend. No question about it. And I suspect we're going to get more of it this weekend. Beautiful, beautiful time to be a Packers fan. Coming up on the flip side here at Carry the G Radio, we'll look ahead to this matchup with Cleveland. We'll talk about the Packers' approach both on offense and defense. And we'll take your, text calls.
We got some really good chats on here on this YouTube. They're having themselves some
they're having a
party
great time
on here.
So we'll see you on the flip. That's Billy, Armen. I'm Aaron. Carry the G Radio here on 97.3 The Game.
Hello, smart, good-looking listeners. Drew and Hunter here. Join us at 2 o'clock. KB will be back. We'll have a little beers on the table with our buddy Wayne Larrabee, the voice of the Packers. We're also going to talk to Shanna Quinn from the country station down the hall.
Plus rock, Bill Schroeder.
It's a show you don't want to miss. Join us at 2, Drew and KB.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Bluebird offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bulls and their riders, those 8 seconds go by in a heartbeat. 8 seconds to become a champion, or nothing. It's bull time. Busch Light PBR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires, bucks into Fiserv Forum January 16th and 17th. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. This is America, and this is PBR.
Step into American Place Casino, where the excitement never ends. Located in Waukegan, Illinois, just a short drive from Milwaukee. Over 900 slot machines, your favorite table games, 4 restaurants, live entertainment, and now our brand new poker room. Plus, we're proud to be the friendliest casino around with service that sets us apart. Whether you're here to hit the jackpot, catch a game, or just have an unforgettable night out, American Place Casino has it all. American Place Casino. Closer than you think. Friendlier than you expect. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling, and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Jason, what are you singing?
Working on a new jingle to promote Capital's $49 drain clearing. When your sink fills up with gunk, don't stress, don't whine. It's only $49.
Don't take this the wrong way, man, but I'd stick to plumbing, heating, and cooling if I were you.
That's fair, but people need to know that we clear clogs for only $49.
Fine, but I would have rhymed gunk with junk. It's so obvious.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Joint pain is so frustrating. That nagging joint pain, you know the one, sometimes it's from years of hard work or maybe an old injury that never healed the right way. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for far too long, but that stops right now. Hey, it's Billy Schmid. QC Kinetics is here in Milwaukee to flip the script. Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments that help your body heal and restore damage in your joints. Not to cover it up, not to cut it out. These results are long-term with lasting relief. So instead of planning your day around the pain, you're planning your own life, walking the dog without stopping, playing ball with your kid and not getting tired. You're waking up without your first step being the worst step of the day. Just bring your MRIs and x-rays for a free consultation. They'll make sure you're a good candidate, so there's no reason to wait. Call today, QC Kinetics 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics 414-285-3474.
For the first time ever, you can get all of ESPN in the new ESPN app, along with Disney Plus and Hulu, with one incredible offer. The most live sports, biggest blockbusters, and most talked about shows. Get it all in one bundle for $29.99 a month for 12 months. Visit Disney Plus Hulu ESPNBundle.com for details. Ad-supported plan auto renews at regular price. Currently $35.99 a month, subject to change. Unless canceled. Ends 1/5/26. Terms apply.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Touchdown, Wisconsin!
Join us Saturday. It's the Big Ten opener against the Maryland Terrapins.
Badgers Game Day is live at 7 a.m. Kickoff at 11 on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Carry the G Radio, rounding into the final half hour here, ready to look ahead at the Cleveland Browns. The Green Bay Packers rolling in to Cleveland as pretty significant favorites there, Billy. I don't know if you've ventured over to the casino, Potawatomi spot that you love to frequent.
Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest every once in a while.
Spot. Yeah.
I got to get down there today, be able to place this parlay of the day, which is just bargain at me for Brewers and Angels tonight.
Oh yeah, what's that? What you
Freddie Peralta over 8.5 strikeouts. Bryce Durang and Christian Yelich each to have 1.5 total bases. My 2-year-old's in attendance, and Christian Yelich dominates when he's in attendance. He had the walk-off grand slam.
That's the key. Oh, you were there for that game. Nice. We
were there for the beginning part of that game, but yes, we were there for the beginning part of that game. We also missed another walk-off homer or walk-off hit that I believe Caleb Durbin had later on. So he's a good luck charm.
But he doesn't need to be there for the event. He just shows up and goes, guys, go make it happen.
Go make it happen. Let's do it. The walk-off winner that Isaac Collins had in attendance for it. So good things happen when Carson's in attendance tonight. So should be a fun one for Brewers and Angels. So I do have to get down there and place this at 7.5 right now. The Packers are favorites because I do believe it goes closer to 8.5, 9 by game time.
What's funny is it opened at 5.5 and then it quickly jumped up to. I mean, here's the thing. We've talked a lot about the defense for Cleveland for good reason, right? Myles Garrett is a problem. They have really good corners, etc. Like, it is not going to be an easy day at the ballpark for the Green Bay Packers when they are on offense. This Green Bay Packers defense coming into Cleveland facing one of the more inept offenses in the league at the moment. I mean, I don't know if you saw any of their game last week, but holy cow, the offensive line is a complete mess. I mean, and I'm not talking they're injured. They're just a mess up front.
Which is weird to remember because I remember Wyatt Teller and Joel Bitonio being like two of the better guards in football 7 years ago, right? Like, and their tackles were really, really good.
They're excellent.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're in, I know this is not brain surgery.
Right.
They're in the midst and the crux of why you don't pay 3 first-round picks and $80 million more than anyone's ever made for one deal, because they are just so hamstrung with top-end talent that you're able to replenish your team with. When a first-round pick like Wills, who was a starting left tackle for him, all of a sudden forgets how to play left tackle, and you can't put him out there anymore because he's an absolute turnstile. So
absolute problem up front. I mean,
it's bad.
Welcome development for the Green Bay front. I mean, the Packers have there are like 14 players, I believe, in the league that have something like 10 pressures, etc., through 2 games, and the Packers have 2 of them, Micah Parsons and Devontae Wyatt. Like, the Packers are getting after it up front.
No doubt about it. You mentioned Wyatt. I don't know that he's getting nearly the amount of love that he should be getting. And we were trying to figure it out of who's like the biggest beneficiary to Parsons in the front seven. I think
Right.
Keyshawn Nixon is clearly on the defense, the one that is being able
on the back end, especially. Yeah, no doubt.
His play
Yep.
taken way up with that kind of pressure. But Wyatt being able to rush against simply guards, you can't slide anything to, and then have legit two-way goes. He is. I mean, that Tate Ratledge sack.
Shop.
The Ratledge sack was mean. Like his family was
It was a
watching.
bully ball. Yeah.
He didn't have to throw him like that. But watching him do it against Washington again, you just see that dude's development was really close to being able to see this last year. Then he got hurt. He was their best pass rusher through 4 games. You give him 17 weeks in 17 regular season games to build up to the playoffs. Nags, I think he can be one of the better, if not one of the best interior rushers in the NFC.
Could not agree more. And that's the key, right? Against any quarterback, but especially old man Flacco, who is coming off what could probably be considered his worst regular season game in
the
Browns
conversation,
uniform.
yeah.
I mean, certainly that playoff game was terrible, but he was absolutely terrible last week. Now, I know they'll have plans. They're going to want to do stuff, blah, blah, blah. But you talk about quick, especially interior pressure, but any pressure, trying to get the ball out, etc. You're talking about Keyshawn Nixon. You're talking about this secondary with vision, eyes on the quarterback. The Browns have lost their turnover battle in 9 straight games. We're going back to week 12 of 2024. They have lost the turnover battle.
That's hard to do.
It is very hard to do. And you think about the idea of this defensive front getting after Joe Flacco, who, I mean, Flacco's never met a ball that he didn't think he could throw through a guy or to a guy or put it wherever he wanted. Sometimes successful, but oftentimes if you have an opportunistic secondary, he's going to throw you a few. And I suspect he's going to throw the Packers a few on Sunday.
There's no idea that the Browns will try and show us one of their young quarterbacks. Is there any chance that is it way too early for that? Or
I think it's early. I know Dylan Gabriel got in there at
Shador,
garbage time in the game last week, but I haven't seen any rumblings of that. I'm sure maybe fans are talking about it, but I don't think there's been anything out of the Browns organization.
Because you think of a possible rake that you could step on this game. It might be something unexpected, something like that. Where guys
Not wrong.
I would say this, though. I think it would be malpractice. Like, that would be quarterback coaching malpractice.
To put him up against this defense.
To put him up there against this defense in his first action. Like, that's rude and inconsiderate.
Good luck,
of his
kid.
professional career, right? Like, you need to be careful with some of these guys.
Man.
Everybody loves the conversation of, does the NFL have a quarterback development problem? This would be a quarterback development problem. If you're like, you know what, Dylan Gabriel, we loved you at Oregon. We drafted you ahead of Shador Sanders for a reason.
Right.
Even though apparently Shador Sanders was going to be a Baltimore Raven, he didn't want to play with Lamar Jackson.
Don't
So he
want to
said,
play. No.
take my name off the list. So we have him now as well. It would be brutal of a situation to put these guys in to go out against this pass rush.
I mean, as a Packers fan, I'd absolutely love it.
I would be a big fan.
I'd welcome it. I would be all in. But that's the thing to me. Like, the one way, I mean, I still think, and because I don't know, you may probably get asked this on the airwaves. I've been asked a lot since the Packers have looked so good off these first 2 games. How do you beat the Pack? How do you try to approach this Packers defense? To me, it's going to take a team that is able to button it up and run the ball and play power and try to take the air out of the game, stay ahead of the sticks, keep it yourself in third and manageable, etc. Of course, the problem is that there are very few teams that are kind of situated that way in the NFL today, where they're going to have a bunch of road graders up front and the patience of their play caller to sit there and go, okay, yeah, we're ripping off 3-4 yard runs, and it's boring as hell, and the fans are booing. But to me, that if that's the approach, that's the one shot you got against the Packers, especially if you're Cleveland.
Yeah, and I'm looking at different teams in the NFC that would be able to do that, Nags. There's one that jumps out to you in Philadelphia, but
Philly's the one, right?
But
you would have
you
thought
don't
the Lions
know-
were that. You would have
You
thought
thought so.
that would have been the Lions' approach, and they were unable to run at all.
Yeah, I think they tried. I think they tried.
They would have loved to.
Yeah.
But I also think the coordinating part of the conversation that you dropped in there, Nags, is A1. You got to have a play caller that is okay being complacent with the run game and allowing it to get its legs and allowing it to develop throughout the game and lean on guys. Kellen Moore is now coaching in New Orleans. Obviously, we've talked about Ben Johnson, made those jokes. So both of those two teams have different play callers that we have not seen later into the season build off and stay dedicated to it. Now, if I had Saquon Barkley back there, You better believe I'm dedicated to it.
I mean,
and
that's
Jalen Hurts, thank you very much. I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Chiefs game, no doubt.
I'm going to have a lot of fun running the ball as many times as possible, but there does become a level to it if you're just going to continue to run into a brick wall and get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. A lot of people and a lot of fans aren't going to enjoy watching that, and you have to stay dedicated to it. And then probably use all 4 downs. Like, that's the only reason why Philadelphia jumps off, as well as Detroit. Packers didn't allow the Lions to utilize their 4th down superpower in week 1 because they walked them into 3rd and long and 4th and medium, where if it's 4th and 3, they're going. Just ask Ben Johnson. That's just what they do.
That is what they do. And you're
That's what they do. What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do?
What is he supposed to do?
What is he supposed to do? Be my friend and not run up the score and put a 50 burger on me? Yeah, maybe.
Man, I hope the Packers score 50 on the Bears.
60.
I mean, come on. That would be. I mean, just the chance the Bears still suck song going after the game ends and you're all walking out of Lambeau and all those Bears fans got a long drive back to Chicago with that ringing in their ears.
I just can't wait for the handshake. Nags, all of these things are
my
beautiful,
goodness, yes. Yes.
I just want to see the handshake after the game, and when the Packers throw it on maybe, I don't know, 4th and 1 from the 35-yard line, they throw a deep shot into the end zone. That's
Golden
what I'm excited
touchdown,
to see.
Lambeau leap, rubbing it in Ben Johnson's face.
Bang on that drum all day.
That's called
baby.
manifestation, Billy. I'm manifesting. I absolutely love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are on the home stretch here. We got one more segment, Care of the G Radio. Mike Witt's got a great question for us. We'll hit that on the flip side. Billy, Armen, Aaron, here at Care of the G Radio on 97.3, The Game.
Sunday night, October 26th, the legend and his backup meet for the first time. And Zabe, Butch, and the Russ Darrow Automotive Group want you to watch the game with them in the Steel City. Get to thegameandstuff.com contests and sign up to win this epic road trip with the fellas.
Let's go.
Thegameandstuff.com/contests.
There are a lot of lawyers in Wisconsin, but only the top 5% are awarded the distinction of super lawyer, including 94% of the attorneys in our firm. In fact, 25 of our attorneys were named super lawyers last year, as well as the #1 lawyer in Wisconsin, and 6 more were named rising stars. Not every car accident case requires a super lawyer, but why settle for anything less on your case? Habish, Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service. Visit habish.com for more information.
Big savings are happening right now at Russ Darrow. Hi, it's Zabe here for the Russ Darrow Automotive Group. They're making room for brand new 2026 models, which means huge sales on every 2025 in stock. Whether you're shopping for a stylish Kia, a rugged Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, or sporty Mazda, dependable Nissan, trusted Honda, versatile Mitsubishi, or the legend Toyota, we've got incredible deals waiting for you. With thousands of vehicles available, now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up, and drive home in the new car, truck, van, or SUV you've been dreaming about. But hurry, when the 2025s are gone, they're gone for good. Shop the entire inventory and lock in your savings today at russdarrow.com. Big savings are happening right now at Russ Darrow. Discover the Darrow difference today.
Nagging pain in your back, hip, shoulder, or anywhere in between? You've stretched, iced, rested, and it's still there. It's time for something that actually works. At Game Day Men's Health, they offer EPAT therapy, a non-invasive, FDA-approved treatment that uses pressure waves to trigger healing at the source. No pills, no needles, no downtime. Just targeted in-office therapy that breaks down scar tissue, boosts blood flow, and speeds up recovery. Drew Olson from 97 through the game. I tried EPAT for the first time for pain in my elbow, and honestly, it made a difference fast. No recovery time. I was back doing what I love. Well, I don't really love working out, but I was back doing it pain-free thanks to the EPAT therapy at Game Day Men's Health. EPAT has proven to treat pain in the neck, back, heel, elbow, hip, shoulder, ankle, you name it. No risk of infection, no side effects, and most guys see improvement in just a few sessions. Book your free consultation at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get up to 33% off your treatment if you sign up in the month of August. With 5 area locations for Game Day Men's Health, you can heal smarter, move better, and feel stronger.
Update and beautify your home with Sherwin-Williams pre-finished siding from Menards. LP Smart Side siding is durable and comes ready to install. Available in 13 timeless colors, it's machine applied for a professional look and coverage. That means no painting and no hassle for years to come. Saving money on all Sherwin-Williams pre-finished siding now at Menards. Plus, view our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, Drew, you know what I love? Good guarantee.
Who doesn't? That's why we love Iron Jock.
Iron Jock is advanced performance gear and apparel backed by state-of-the-art science.
And it all starts and ends with Iron Jock's exclusive nano silver technology built into all of Iron Jock gear.
When you sweat, the nano silver in the super fabric reacts, releasing silver ions that instantly eliminate 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria.
For the life of the gear, it's guaranteed.
Just go to ironjock.com to buy and learn more. That's ironjoc.com.
Iron Jock, it's what's inside.
Coming around the right side, going for the pylon. In for the touchdown.
Feel the energy as My24 brings you primetime preps game day action from the gridiron. The Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes look to avoid the bite of the Cedarburg Bulldogs in a North Shore showdown. Coverage begins with Mike McGivern and special guest on the Primetime Preps pregame show Friday at 6:30. Then it's game time with Gruber Law Office's Primetime Preps football, presented by Marquette University at 7. All on My Place for Sports, My24.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Another foggy start with a mostly sunny afternoon. Highs today should get into the low 80s for the inland areas. Will stay in the 70s lakeside with the breeze off the water. Overnight tonight, another round of patchy fog, likely in the upper 50s, and then back to 80s tomorrow. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Drew and KB, now from 2 to 6 p.m.
This is a big story.
On Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Carry the G Radio, heading into the final segment here. Bill, Armen, always a blast. This goes way too quickly each and every week. It's kind of nuts.
It's ridiculous. We thank you for being with us because this is far too much fun for us to be able to be a part of. And also, thank you for evening us out because we're in the blue, you're in the green and gold as we celebrate a Packers back-to-back pair of victories. We got to check ourselves, Armen. We got to check ourselves. Let's make sure that our wardrobe is coming correct next week. And I don't know, maybe the Nagler's Never Right shirt is the one that I'm thinking about.
I do have to remember to wear the right colors on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we got Tuesdays, we got Carry the G Radio. We got Mike Witt with a great question here. First Packer autograph you guys ever got. Mine was an autograph photo by Don Mikowski at the Fox River Mall in Appleton. My first favorite Packer when I was a kid. Man, first of all, shout out Fox River Mall.
Yes.
I used to work there when I was a younger man.
Didn't they have the show there once or some?
That's Shields, right? Is that where Shields is attached to?
Yeah. Shields was there. I don't know if it still is. It's been a while since I've been out to the old.
Okay, Armen and I got blessed with the Fox River Mall in that Shields spot when we went up there and did the Toys for Tots.
And you talked to a bunch of players and a bunch of dudes and
and
a lot of fun.
My God, that is sports shopping heaven.
It's pretty awesome.
That is amazing.
It's pretty awesome. It makes you think we're back in the 90s where they used to actually stock stuff in malls, you know,
and put up Christmas lights.
Those were the good days, man.
You actually go to the mall and hang out and buy some stuff and maybe
Gosh,
go to
what
a
was
movie. They don't even have a movie theater anymore. Everybody watching Netflix, you know.
Don't make Armin too
Kind of
upset.
sad. It's kind of sad, man.
It's not the time for this.
To answer the question, never got an autograph. Was never an autograph guy.
I like that.
Never?
Never once. Just never. I wanted the connection, the experience, the moment. That was what was important to me.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
to
cool.
get a like, you know, down the line during camp high five or something from John Jefferson was like the highlight of my life.
That's awesome.
So, you know, I was never an autograph guy. How about you?
Armin, why don't you answer? Because mine might make everyone laugh just because of the irony of the whole
Irony,
situation.
I like that.
Irony.
Oh, no.
I honestly think I was also gifted like some Packer 8x10 autographs of Freeman and Levens.
Oh,
I don't think that was the first
one.
I think it was Johnny Holland at a
Hell yes,
at some
it was.
signing and probably fanfare at Southbridge. One of those situations, one of those signings. So I think that was the one I had somewhere in a drawer. It was Johnny Holland.
Somewhere in a drawer.
Well,
Somewhere in a
it
drawer,
was
it's
like,
somewhere.
I saved it, but it wasn't like a cool mount. It was like the free
Right.
plaque. It was like the free picture they printed out, you know,
Sure.
for you to get. Yeah.
So,
all right, Billy, let us know.
So surprisingly, so mine was Mark Tauscher.
What a shock! What a shock!
Is this what Billy? Of course. What did he do when he saw you? Look at
So
you.
I was,
when you were a young kid.
yeah, I was maybe like 6 or 7, and Tausch was signing at a pick and save in the New Berlin area. And from what I remember of it, as humorous it is, then it becomes Baby Tausch. I was like, well, as a baby, I was holding a football that had the babyest signature of Mark Tauscher you could ever have. This shows you what a right tackle is about. He's about a team, right? I had a big old football. I'm a 6-year-old kid. I got every piece of Packers gear known to man on. Packers shoes, socks, underwear, what have you.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, you're going to want more guys to sign this and probably better ones. He signed it in like the total corner next to the lace.
What a
And
team
like,
player.
he's like, listen, I know I don't want to ruin your football.
You're ruining the football. I've used that line. People ask me to sign stuff. I'm like, I don't want to ruin whatever.
Yeah,
this
little
is.
does he know, I got the Nick Barnett autograph redone. The Mark Tauscher one has never been touched. That one sat in my parents' basement until they sold the house, probably for 14 years. So that was my first one at a pick and save.
That's great.
And it ended up being the guy that I got made fun of and said that I looked like.
You know, of all the guys that somebody said, I want to be like you when I grow up, you came the closest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I wanted to be like Harrison Ford, and I really missed that boat. So,
And then poor Tausch is looking at like, this is the kind of imitation I get. This guy.
Well, as we said at the
Thanks,
top,
Wisconsin.
imitation, serious form of flattery. You know,
Yeah, form of flattery.
I'm sure he's flattered without question, without a doubt. So, Billy, last time we jawed, you were saying Packers were going to win comfortably over the Commanders. I said it was going to be a close game with the Packers by 3. Now, we both got the win right, but you were much more in line with the actual spirit of what transpired. So, got to know, what are you thinking Sunday in Cleveland?
38-6. I think it is an absolute arrival for the Green Bay Packers to the tops of the NFC. And what you have to do is just beat the heck out of somebody. Like you need to have a victory that is so dominating that red zone turns away from it. That at some point Scott Hansen's like, you don't need to see every touchdown from that game because it's all one-sided and your fantasy team is probably not playing Malik Heath. If you are, congratulations. So I think that's where I want, and I'm believing it is a comfortable multi-touchdown victory here this weekend.
Armin, how about yourself?
I think there's going to be a similar situation, but I do expect there's going to be some garbage points for the Browns. So I'll say 31-17. They'll probably get some garbage time stuff. So I think we'll win comfortably, but it'll be 31-17.
Why am I always the naysayer? I got the Packers winning. I got them down 27-13. All right. I do think it will be a comfortable victory, but I think this is a team with a good coach, good head coach, and they've got a very, very good defense that will give the Packers offense problems.
Yeah.
The dam will break in the second half, though.
If Baker Mayfield was running out that tunnel, I'd feel a lot more nervous about the Cleveland Browns.
Very much agree.
The skeletal remains of Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel trying to look over the shoulders of his offensive linemen. Feel pretty good about it.
Yeah. Feeling good about it. Feeling good about Carry the G Radio, wrapping up another phenomenal kind of, 2 hours that went by in the blink of an eye. Love.
We might
hanging out
need to
with you
make this a
guys.
20-hour show because it goes by way too fast, man. We'll see you next week. We appreciate it.
Absolutely love it. Talk to you guys next week. Go Pack Go. Carry the G Radio, Cheesehead TV, and 97.3 The Game.
Higher they climb. In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right.
Sunday, the Pack